Greetings, and once again, welcome back to the research finished and the insanity. In the last episode, I felt quite unproductive, to be honest. Not really sure there was anything worth mentioning in the last episode. Hopefully you've seen it, so never mind. In this episode, I plan on improving a few things and deciding where to go next, sort of. And there are a few things that can be scaled up, I believe, and improved. Now, if only I remembered what. I would kind of like to have another train, which should be fairly easy. There might be quite a bit of duralumin somewhere. That's not the button I intended to click. Factory search 36, 24, 37. Okay, so they are actually right now on their way as we speak. That is kind of nice. I hope they will go to the right things. They will probably not. But I hope that some of them will go to locomotive and cargo wagon. Wait a minute. Cargo wagon needs brakes, but locomotive also needs brakes. How about we disable the locomotive for a little while? Then we can also most definitely disable the fluids wagon, because I don't really need more fluid wagons at this time. But I do need more locomotives and more cargo wagons. Mostly cargo wagons, because I do have a locomotive that is available that I was planning on maybe use for myself or something, but no. Anyways, let's check what is the plan. Right, I have now waited for filtration, so I would like to connect a new wood production, which is right here, sort of. So in this filtration research that we just researched, I can get ash from raw fiber, which to me sounds like a very good option. Now the only question is, how do I do that? High pressure furnace, of course. And I even have one. Let's see, where are you in the way? Yes, I have given up on placing things out of the way, so this time I'm trying to be in the way as much as possible. And you can process 2.5 and you give 7.5, and you can handle 7.0.7.5. Okay, so one of these can handle 10 of these. That is pretty good, and I believe also maybe... Okay, I'm gonna need more wood processing units, but maybe I should not have you in the middle of everything. Maybe I should actually try to somewhat build things nicely, even though it's entirely impossible. Sure, you can place that one. Here you need a bit of this and a bit of that. So here you go, and then you need 3 seedlings. You make 0.15 per second. 1 inserter is more than enough, in other words. And then I would like to have a belt here, going here, for these things. And you can take 2.5 per second, so that's 3 inserters. And then Filter, please. Thank you. You take 2.5, right? Make a bunch of these. Power is usually handy. So even this time, unsurprisingly. Come on. We don't need to place those. 7.5, that's a lot of inserters. All of them, to be precise. Maybe even more. How about using it on this lane? Yep. I guess there's nothing bad about you joining forces. So I will do that. I think that's maybe how I have done in other places. Ash and tree seedlings. So then I would like to have a belt going a bit up here and a splitter somewhere here. Although that's a bad place for a splitter. You can be here instead. That makes so much more sense. And I'm out of belts. Should I have another inserter? That can probably come in handy actually. I do need for sure to have more something. Right, I wanted something that creates those trees. That's probably why you are here. But in order to create those trees, I need tree sapling and planter box. And in order to create planter box, I need ash, soil, and empty planter box. And in order to create that, I need a lot of stuff. So I'm starting to think that maybe the mall is a good place for you. I need tree seedlings for anything else. Just kickstarting those. Kickstarting those. The thing is, I don't really. I don't. But I do. Or maybe I will just keep it manual for now. I mean, all I need right now is a bunch of logs and a bunch of ash, and I believe that I have both here. Stop that, robots. Or at least that I could get both here. Ah! We have a delivery. And then you are getting started here. It's not a lot right now, but one day it will be, I think. And you are, I believe, providing this here. Yes, you are. Although some of it goes to the Steam, but that's okay. So, okay, I think this part is kind of done. I could, in theory, even move a lot of the old stuff here now. Don't think I will do that right now though, but still. 0.15, 0.07, okay. New wood production is at least connected and automated, and this looks bad. Much better. Here you go, you can take those. While I am in the area, which I am actually not, but while I am in the other area, this area, there's no Duralumin there right now anyway, so okay, I don't need to go there. Then I would like to go to the old mall. Because this place is stuck. And I am afraid this place might be even more stuck soon. Now hopefully it will be less stuck. Where did you come from? Lead thingy. Lead oxide. You are probably being produced here. So you came from here, from this area. This area also provides stone. There is currently some stone on the belt. That's a disaster waiting to happen. You need, in other words, a little lock. Let's give you a group. And then I need to go over there and put that inserter there because I don't have robot coverage of my entire base. Thank you. And while I'm here, I might as well just clean up some of the stone. And while I'm here, I can actually also do another thing that has been long requested or long overdue. Because here they tend to stop quite a bit. Now stop that, inserters, or robots, whatever you are. Ah, thank you. So now it should be a bit easier to pass through here, in case there's any train stopped. And speaking of train, let's go get us another one. Hopefully I have enough resources to do that. You have no idea how fast these tiles are. Let's see. Yes, I am requesting duralumin here, but there's no way I'm ever gonna get any there anytime soon. How are we with... Okay, that's shafts, that's brakes. Where have you put the brakes now then? Do you have any brakes? Do you have any brakes? You should maybe have brakes. I mean, if you are so kind and just tell me where are the brakes? Do you need brakes? You do need brakes. And how about making me a few more brakes? Just one or something. Damn, you are slow. And then I would like to know if I can, maybe it is 2 brakes. Yes. Thank you. Then I guess I could maybe take another locomotive, although that needs more brakes and some intermetallics. I need brakes, and how about we then disable this thing? You have a mechanical part somewhere. One, what do I need that for? And two, how many do I need? 3 mechanical parts for coal power plant, right? That is quite a few. So then one little mechanical power, one little thing doesn't really help me anything. So I would like to have more of these, more duralumin, mostly, which means that I need more aluminium plates, which means that I currently need more graphite. And the graphite needs raw coal, but the thing is that I bet I have some raw coal. I do. It's just that it's not being provided at this time. So that's where a new train comes in. Please connect that little path. You just go around in circles. And you get a little cargo wagon. And then you go to the depot. You are in a group, but not for long. I hope, assuming that I have actually updated LTN, because now I believe LTN should remove trains from groups as soon as they enter a depot, and you probably might need a bit more signals along this route, but whatever. You did not remove it from the automation, from the train group. Maybe I haven't updated it, I don't know. Let's see, you don't need these interrupts anymore. Not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one, and not that one. LTN fuel you can use, mol you can use, and overflow you can also use, because it's probably just a matter of time before I need that. Those interrupts are quite handy actually. And now we have another train in circulation, and your first task is to deliver some soot. Yay. And then let's see, where am I? Steel 2 is being researched. I would kind of like to have iron processing too, but that is a bit further away. So I'm thinking if maybe I can take something that is more immediate reward. And it's not like there's a few options or anything. There's a ton of options. Subseeds is maybe not the important one, but that reminds me of another thing. Steel stage 2 is being researched. Ulrichs, I don't think I need right now. Wood processing could definitely be handy. Zinc processing is probably not needed right now. Pavagaya, that would definitely improve a lot of stuff, although that needs fertilizer, which I can probably make, I just don't know where yet. Silver, coal processing is queued. Coal bed methane, no. Fish. Fish is actually in need of a bit of refactoring, kind of. I guess I have lard. I guess I have like a shit ton of lard probably at this point. Oh, this needs filtration media. This needs filtration media, but fish is in need of big refactoring. Tubrasquar sugar lubricants from olefins. Ugh. That's advanced separation rubber to loaders. Ooh. This requires alloy smelting. Yeah, that would be nice. So, okay, I guess I don't queue anything at this time because I just can't decide what to queue. I guess you can continue as is. This might come in handy. But then again, everything will come in handy at some point. Okay, now that we have that, why are we missing aluminium plates and stuff? We still need more graphite. I think I just need to, and I could also need some more logistic science packs. I think I just need to click this button a little bit and think. Okay, I thought for a whooping 3 seconds and then I realized something. I was talking about SAP and said that SAP was making me think of something. They made me think of me needing some iron and soil. Here's some soil. I'll happily take that. Just a bit. Like that. I'm pretty sure I have quite a bit of iron. Whoops. Let's not get hit today. Okay, this is actually running quite low. That's not good. Although I guess that might be because the small parts are now being produced again. But SAP. extractors and sap trees. Where do I have the sap? Does this not work? Sap tree, sap tree. Thank you. Sap tree. Oh, by the way, I have added in Fuful so that you can now pipette this thing. Sap tree. Where is sap trees? In Old Mall-ish area. And in this wooden chest. Which also needs planter box, of course. So in the Old Mall area, that's kind of exactly where I am. Over here somewhere. Here. Sap trees. And while I'm here, I can take a few planter boxes because they will come in handy now. And some basic substrates. Because there was a lot of them in the chest. Then I need to find my way to this place. Because here it needs a bit more of sap in order to make more creamy latex, which is needed for something else, which is needed for something else, which is needed for latex, which is needed in LTN in order to make more rubber. Because over here I am currently not making any rubber, and that is because over here I am not making rubber because I need latex, which I do not have at this time. But how much? Ooh, 204. 204 rails. I guess it might be time for a bit of rail upgrade. Yep. And also I need to go to the mall and get a bunch of more chain signals. Assuming they exist here. And they do. Is there anything else I need here? Probably. Iron and copper. Warehouses. Decider combinators. Arithmetic combinators. Constant combinators. No constant combinators. A few more loaders. Actually, kind of maybe the thing that I wanted to make, but I'm afraid that you will screw things up and make other stuff. And also I needed to go get my rails. These rails. You have no idea how fast it is to move on these things. You have no idea how slow it is to move out the stone on the stone in comparison. Or maybe you do. Nope. And we have a new little sort of crossing. At least you can now go from there and come back here. I would like to improve this area, but I didn't actually expect my rails to be consumed that quickly, but they were. How about we just terminate that, and then just plan for a intersection here. Assuming this little thing can get out of the way. How about now? Now this thing is in the way. And I did also notice that this thing is in the way. Why do I keep opening that? And then you have another electric pole being in the way. And now that electric pole is in the way. Now then. Nothing is in the way. Hallelujah. Only issue is that I think I need quite a bit of rails. So I guess it's time to just change this. 62 rails. Okay. How about you start placing some again? Then we'll see how far this leads us. I think maybe I would like to put this part by hand. So here we have one turn. Now that is connectable down there. That is a step in the right direction. And then I would like this to be connectable to here. Now everything is at least connectable, at least somewhere. Then the next step would kind of maybe be to connect this over here, but I can't afford that. So now you can place a bunch of signals, please. And it lights up like a Christmas tree. And you are not needed. It's a start at least. You can turn off the RoboPort again. Check, do I have more rails? I probably don't. Nope. Because I need solder, because I need lead, because I need soot. How are we doing with lead ore? 1.9k, so I mean I do have the lead, it's just that it's not being delivered. Because my train is busy on a lot of other things. No big surprise maybe. But it's a it's a quite positive thing. So I probably need to think a bit again, maybe this time for more than 3 seconds. Greetings, and once again, welcome back to... Oh, look at that! Research finished. What a coincidence. The insanity. I have fought for a few minutes. And I have realized a few things. First of all, we're not really gonna get any logs here. Because we're not providing any, or not really delivering any to the thing. I guess you can actually share belt there. Now we are providing logs here eventually, someday. And speaking of logs, I did put a bunch of planter boxes in my inventory. I think it's time to make use of those. You can please just put those there. Then we can give you a bunch of planter boxes. And then actually we probably need to put you in a chest as well. Otherwise I'm afraid you will not be automatically inserting the tree seedlings. So 58 plant boxes, that should be enough for a little while. And then how about we move over here and actually use the robots to place these things. Please tell me you have a... Oh god damn it. Factorio provider. And apparently I once again have another station called Green Science Provider. Over here? Am I over here? This is kind of leftover provider. Here I can apparently remove a bunch of old stuff, which is no longer needed. You can just call yourself excess side products provider for the time being. Here we have another scenario where we have too much stuff going on. And right, here we also need a little wire. Thank you. And where was I? Where was it? Too many stuff going on. was over here somewhere. Along the rails. Here. Wait, yes, exactly, you are linked up correctly, thank you. Although this shouldn't really have an effect right now because tin is the only thing we're currently picking up from over here. But damn, these things are resource intensive or something. I mean, it's this one is full, this one is almost full. Nope. You can take that thing and put it as a filter, thank you. And then we just take a lot of those stuff and put them here. So you only insert more tin ore here, and the rest you just keep there. I think that's fair. Oh, what? Oh, okay, thank you. Right, I should probably have gotten more belts from them all as well. Ah, we're making batteries now, suddenly, and we only need soldiers to make more rails. That's exciting stuff. Drill heads still need a lot of stuff, namely steel, but that's sort of doable, I hope, think, slash believe. Transport belts, please. Lots of them. Thank you. And then I am not quite sure what to do, so I will click this button. Greetings, and once again, welcome back to, oh look, research finished. No, just kidding. I have been thinking and thinking and thinking, and I have a few conclusions here. We need more steel for the drill heads, and in order to get that, we can use the new steel approach that was just unlocked, which means that we can get steel using molten steel, which is very handy. And it uses a bit of coke, and hopefully I might have coke, but it's slightly maybe uncertain. Although it might be better than... Yeah, exactly. So for this I need 5 coke for 1 steel plate. For this I need 10 coke for 50 molten steel. 50 molten steel is about 12 steel plates. So yeah, I mean 10 coke for 2 steel plates or 10 coke for approximately 12 steel plates. 2 or 2, which is bigger? Yes, okay. So molten steel is definitely something we're going for, and along the way I'm also thinking that we should go for wood processing too, because then we can get better trees, faster trees, better trees, all just better in all possible ways. And then we can start kind of growing those trees, and then we can probably tree 2. 1 tree gives 5 tree seeds. We need 3 seedlings, 3 of them. Okay, so this is a net positive. Then we can create a positive loop of just those, as long as we get 1 little tree seed. No, do I need more maybe? Do I need 3 of them? Yikes. I think I need 3 tree seeds to start growing the better ones. But anyway, that's a bit far off. What I also kind of wanted to unlock is this recipe for carbon dioxide in a clean way, and other recipes for making logs. One of which is using carbon dioxide, which I think is a big net positive boost. Hopefully, maybe 10 biomass. Yeah, I think it is. Is it? I'm pretty sure it usually is. 10 biomass. How much biomass is? Let's see. 10 biomass equals 300. Oh my god. Log or wood? Let's go with. Let's see. You know what? Let's ask the good old planner. I would like log, please. Using carbon dioxide, 300. And water and tree seedlings. And then carbon dioxide comes from biomass. Biomass comes from either wood or log. There's wood, not tree seeds, I think. Not tree. Log. I wish there was a way to filter this. Or sort. There we have them. 1 log equals 30 biomass. Okay. And let's see. So why are you saying that's nothing? Hello, I would like to have one of this, or say 10. 10 logs equals 0.7 logs. I think that's fairly effective. 10 logs equals 0.7 logs. Okay, so it doesn't really matter if we turn them into wood or not. It is still the same amount of biomass that we get. So, I mean, looks good to me, kind of. Also, apparently I had this recipe here. So then I don't need to use the the ash anymore, which comes from the Keysalk. Then I can just use this. And also then, let's see, what more was I thinking of? I'm still very eager to head towards iron processing, so I guess I will queue Guar on the way. Then niobium and then iron processing. But then also I have alloy smelting and logistic robotics and plenty of other stuff. So especially logistic robotics would be very, very handy, although it's expensive to build these things. Was I thinking about anything else? Right, so steel plates and stuff. And then also another thing with steel plates is that they are more effective if you get some hot air. And then I would kind of like to centralize the production of hot air, but that production is currently full because this one is too slow. No, I actually have too little coke oven gas, that's why. But either way, I would most definitely like to. Wait, you need 250 degrees and this is 100 degrees. Right, of course. Is there any way to reheat this? There is, using hot molten salt. That might actually come in handy. Especially as I do have hot molten salt over here at times. Not a lot, but a bit. And I would like more of these things, because it's very, very handy. But either way, I would like to kind of centralize this production and possibly get this iron production away from over here. Or I guess I could start with just making a basic oxygen furnace. That can make this steel, molten copper. Oh, do I have that now as well? Right. And then this molten steel needs coke and molten iron. Molten iron I have, oxygen I have quite a lot of, even though I'm wasting some of it. This is a belt that is not being used. So then I just need coke, and by that I mean pure coke, not other kinds of coke. And that might be something that I might want to import. I'm not sure. Actually, because this is currently just using raw coal. What's this? Oh, molten solder, of course. And raw coal is very easily transferable, kind of, to coke. Which would mean that this entire thing is kind of useless. So I think it's time to start centralizing the iron production. This is probably going to be needed in a few extra steps because that's not what I wanted. Because the iron production, once I research the second part of it, the complexity increases as well. Then it just adds like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different possibilities to get more recipes and more iron and more stuff, which is great. I'm not complaining. It's just that it adds complexity and takes up space and stuff. Speaking of space, how are we doing with 94 rails? That's not bad. I guess maybe we can focus on also, where do we have the fish stuff? Because I would like to also centralize the fish in a new and better place. And possibly even start making better fish, which would mean that I need a few fish eggs to start with. How can I make those? 10 fish eggs MK2. Okay, it's probably this one. Okay, so I need plenty of fish to kickstart it and seaweed. But that might mean that I might actually want to prioritize fish instead of iron at this time. Wood processing can kind of stay. Coal processing, I guess you're almost halfway there, so there's a lot of things to research at this step. A lot, and these stations can maybe change name. Wood item requester. Wood and moss. That's what this is. Wood and moss item provider. I think I have added wood production to this city block, although I could most definitely move more of it over here. You do definitely have a lot of wood very quickly, which is absolutely fantastic. I guess logs might take a bit longer time. I think I can start removing some of these markers now as well. Either that or move them a bit, like over here sort of. Where I guess the next one will be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. And you can be moved over here. And you can be moved over here. And we're kind of planning to expand the base, which is very fantastic and much needed eventually. If I know PyBlock correctly. But the fact that we're starting to get quite a few rails is really, really great, honestly. Now that I can get ash from raw fibers, maybe, oops, I should aim at making more of these lovely fast super duper tiles. Where am I going? I'm picking up the rails. Thank you. Oh, more rails incoming. So where do we have these? Here we do. Do I have a requester nearby? Most definitely not. And I only have 496 here. But all I need really is a bit of ash. Here you go, have some ash. I have some limestone as well. Here you go, you made this. Okay, maybe you did not. You are apparently so full already that you did not make those. But having more ash here would be very, very nice. And here we actually have a requester. So how about you just add some raw fiber to the mix? Just a bit. And then I need a high pressure furnace. Which can turn those things into ash, which I can then put 7.5 per second. You use just 1. So then I just need 2 of these, a little underground belt here, and then you can refill it there. And then you need bloop. No. Stop that. I should really change this so that you don't need to deselect stuff, that you instead can just select stuff. Inserter filter, yes. Raw fibers of any quality. Not that I use quality, but whatever. Such is life in Modland. And you go directly over here. And you probably don't need that many because you only take out 1 per second of the things of the ash. Do I have any raw fiber? Nope. Will I get any raw fiber? Raw fiber, raw fiber, raw fiber. Maybe not. Raw fiber. No, I don't have any raw fiber here, really. We're currently slightly out of raw fibers. I guess that this place up here has taken quite a few of them. For possibly obvious reasons. So I slightly maybe regret that a little bit, that I went with that approach, but it's in the long run, I'm pretty sure it will be worth it, and Keysalk might be something that might need expanding anyway, which I have kind of prepared for. What do I need to make Keysalk plantation? I probably need a lot of stuff that I don't have. And a botanical nursery, and botanical nurseries are also not very cheap, usually. Although I do kind of want more botanical nurseries anyway, and actually they are not that difficult. I just need to make them. Sure. Botanical nurseries. Can I get that using... I remember I needed ash. I remember I needed logs. I might need stone. I do need stone. Nothing of interest. Have you noticed how much more space I have in my inventory now? Thanks to the lovely, lovely, lovely tool belt that I researched. And now you might wonder, oh Simon, what on earth are you doing? Were you not supposed to do something else? And the answer is yes, I probably was. But you know how it is. What am I even doing now? I'm making botanical nurseries. Why did I need Keysalk? I wanted to expand but Keysalk needs duralumin. Well, I am going to need a few of these anyway. But why am I running here? Iron. Underground belts. Few mechanical inserters. Underground pipes. Ooh, inserters. Good old-fashioned inserters, or new old-fashioned, new-fashioned, I don't know. Inserters, anyway. Let's just say it was about time that I expanded that a bit. Raw fibers are running out, which is because Keysalk, which is because I need the duralumin stuff in order to make more Keysalk. Do I have any? I do have some. Then I need glass. I have glass. Let's double the amount of Keysalk that we produce. With possible expansions for the future, naturally. And I assume you're not making that many per second. Barely even one per second, or definitely not even one per second. Clay and Keysalk seeds. Thank you. Now I would very much like those Keysalk to be returned to me, kind of. Or I actually have a few of them here. And then you also, of course, need power. Because why would you not? Then we take some of the Keysalk seeds from here and let the robots place them here. And then we have whooping doubled our production of Keysalk. Yay. And then I guess it might be time to just say thank you for watch. Why are we missing PyScience pack? Because we are missing basic substrate. Why are we missing basic substrate? Whoops, that was close. Why are we missing basic substrates? Where are we even making this stuff? Here. Here, have some basic substrates. While I investigate why are we missing basic substrates. Because we are missing cellulose, because we are missing wood. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes a bit of sense, I have to admit. And that is something that shall be improved when the wood production is centralized, which I guess we can help by removing the wood from here. Tree seeds, why do I... Where do I... How... Cotton good? Ah, cotton good. Okay. Cotton good requires tree seeds. I guess that might be something we're thinking about over here. So here I also need to put tree seeds. 2,400 is a good number usually. And then you can change how you're doing things over here. Where am I? I'm over here. That's far away. I'm also looking forward to the big electric power poles, of course. So here you can probably guess what I'm planning on doing. And I think you guessed correctly. I plan on moving the red wires a bit. All right. Let's try and use this technique then. There we go. Although I guess maybe I can use this like bloop and bloop. 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 Nope, okay. Never mind then. This is less than 0, yes. And then let's see here. Bloop. 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 Wood there. Wood there, log there. Wood there, log there. Why am I... Do I have exactly 2,400 wood? I do. That is quite surprising. And then you can just do like that. Yeah, of course. I guess something else took priority instead. Maybe maybe we shall... does that make sense though? I mean, it's not making it worse, is it? So I guess it might be helping a little bit. Now, as I was saying, thank you for watching so much, and see you again in the next episode, before I find something new to do.